it's Joy, and y'all click because you saw the title of the video, so you know that I'm going to continue on with my Eugenia Cooney series, and I'm going to go over a really big, almost like conspiracy theory that's been going on with Eugenia that has to do with her getting incentivized to continue to be thinner, which, let's be honest, it's super, super concerning if that's the case. The fact that she's constantly showing off her body in weird ways on stream, that she has admitted she has an eating disorder and she looks so much worse. She's either saying she doesn't need help, that she's fine, she doesn't need a doctor, or if you go see the last video I put up, it talks about how she said that she has a doctor, which is weird because the last video is all about the fact that her skin is like turning gray. And I'm not saying that to make fun of her. This is not a bullying or attacking video whatsoever. These videos are out of absolute concern for her and her audience. You guys know back in the day I used to defend her because people like Onision would really be mean and bully her about her weight. And my thought then, which I still kind of have a little bit, was look, as somebody who's put their health on display on YouTube and got nothing but criticism and horrificness from it and made fun of, I know what that's like to want to protect your health, and maybe she's got some weird health thing we don't know about. And I remember in the comments, I would argue back and forth with so many people, it's clearly anorexia. And I'd be like, you don't know that. There are all kinds of diseases and issues that can make you super thin, or like in my case, super heavy. And I got a lot of negativity and meanness and bullying and backlash as a result of my weight gain from being ill and people not believing me. So I kind of felt a similarity and a kinship between what I was going through in regards to what she's going through. But a couple differences. Number one, I have consistently strived to get as better as I can, and I think that's physically showing. The problem is, as we know, Eugenia on the Shane Dawson documentary admitted she has an eating disorder, and she had to because her friend at the time, Jaclyn got her 5150 to force her to get help against her family and her mother's wishes and Eugenia's wishes. And so to combat that, they decided, well, let's go ahead and use Shane to spin this story in a way that seems like it's proving more and more false. If you guys want to see all the other videos I've done on Eugenia, I have links in the description. I will have links up here. Like I said, I'm doing a whole series. Go check them out. They're fairly interesting videos, and I think you guys could get a lot from them, because in these videos, I like to give a lot of medical perspective and stuff you're not going to hear everywhere else, stuff about, or you won't hear a lot of other, trending places or popular places. Stuff about women's health, stuff about eating disorders, the fact that eating disorders for many women are caused by physical issues. Many think it starts psychologically, and psychological is a big proponent, and for many women it does, but for some reason sometimes it starts as a physical situation that turns into what it does psychologically and everything else. So I go over a lot of that. Again, we don't hear that information. I think it's important to point out. So with this video, this is what I want to talk about. There's a really big buzz surrounding the makeup case. What am I referring to? Well, in many of Eugenia's videos, we know that she'll stream for hours at a time, and sometimes she won't eat or drink. Now, on the flip side, somebody who's had eating disorders and been sick, I could stream for hours and nobody heard me eating or drinking. But then also a lot of times people would see me drinking on stream. I had to drink a mix of, so gross, Pedialyte and water. Pedialyte was one of the few things during my illness that could hydrate me, but it tasted like a Jolly Rancher and it was really sugary. So I would do like half a glass of Pedialyte, half water to be able to get it down. And she also doesn't take bathroom breaks. And a lot of people are saying, so that doesn't seem right. And at first I was kind of like, well, I could do the same thing. But then again, I am ill and I am working on chronic illness and getting it diagnosed and going into a remission, or getting there and overcoming it. We don't know Eugenia's health. She hasn't outright come out and said that there's anything wrong with her, other than she's lightly talked about an eating disorder that for years said didn't exist, and now she's acting like, again, doesn't exist. So it's really concerning. And one big issue people are having with Eugenia is that when it comes to her and her community, many times they ask her to do really weird things and pay her. So for instance, they'll ask her to stand up and show off her outfit with a body that's very beyond thin and beyond emaciated. And the problem is, as you guys know, young women or young people that watch this, because she is showing off fashion, she does clothing hauls and trying on hauls and gets sponsorships for these things. She is putting her body on display and it ends up influencing her audience to want to look like her, which is something a lot of people in my generation, we have been staunchly screaming about because we grew up as the anorexic generation. We grew up as the eating disorder generation, and we had a culture of eating disorders across the board. It was just assumed that this is something you were supposed to do and pushed upon you by everywhere. If you weren't thin, you were disgusting, you had no worth in society. That's how it was looked at in the 90s, 2000s, and even in the 2010s. And then social media came around, thank God, and we were able to voice our concerns for our children, our daughters. And it's not just our generation. This has been going on for generations. Our mothers, our grandparents, many of them have the females have the eating disorder mindset. But this is something that in my generation, we're all trying to break through. And that's why so many people are worried about Eugenia. Now, on the one hand, I think a lot of what people are saying about Eugenia are like conspiracy theories. I'm like, come on, y'all. Like, you're reaching really far. It's so funny. So many people go so far to expose somebody and they want to act like they're the logical YouTubers with the receipts. But then when you boil down to it, it's just a lot of conspiracy theories. And that's why I like to sift through some of this, especially with Eugenia. And with Eugenia, there's a few different things I want to point out. So like, her fans will ask her to do things and then incentivize her. So they'll ask her to get up and model something or do this or do that or bend over, this, that, and the other, and she'll do it, and then she'll get donations, which has been making people ask the question, is her audience incentivizing her to stay that way? Not to mention, and I might do a video on this later, but there's a lot of information out there that, and this is so gross, guys, but here's the thing. I learned this from a male friend of mine a couple years ago, and I didn't fully understand it until recently. How is it I'm 36 years old still figuring some of this stuff out? I was super naive for a long time. But there's a fetish for everything. And typically there are places to go alleviate that fetish for everything. Anything you can think of. And I'm like, how does that even happen? I'm not trying to shame anybody, but the problem is, with somebody like Eugenia, there are people that will fetishize on a physical level. People like Eugenia, people who are anorexic, that are that thin. And many times, I hate to say this, there is an element of, I'm going to say this as nicely as I can, wanting to be physical with children in that. Because like with Eugenia, person doesn't look developed. So for many of them, that is an escape and a way to get around wanting something they can't have that's illegal so they can do it through Eugenia. And that leaves an audience of predators. It leaves the young people in her audience open to predators. And she's already had predators with moderators. In fact, when I looked into this, and I'd completely forgotten about this, the moderator that got kicked out for her also tried to get close to me. Didn't get close to me, wasn't a moderator, didn't really have much involvement, but this person was really, really slick. And the people and the other moderators around Eugenia at the time, when this came to light and I told everybody, I was like, you guys, this is in 2018. I said to one of her moderators, and I was trying to get in touch with her, you guys need to make a video. If you had a predator that was moderating, you need to tell people. And the person didn't want to say anything or give any information unless they got credit. They wanted that shout out, number one. Number two, they wanted to keep it all under wraps. They didn't care to say anything. And one of their big complaints was, well, we just don't want to stress Eugenia out. We just want to keep this quiet. I think if you have let somebody like that into your midst and into your community, you need to say something. So it's not just Eugenia, but the bubble around Eugenia is constantly just trying to cater to whatever Eugenia wants or what they think she wants. I'm not even blaming her necessarily. I doubt she knew. And at the end of the day, this guy, like a lot of other people, jumped on the We Hate Joy bandwagon and started attacking me and making fun of me for my weight on Twitter, because that's what you do when you don't want to tell your young audience to be careful of a predator. Why would you? That's dripping with sarcasm. Sometimes people don't pick up on my sarcasm, but my problem is that one of the big problems I have lately is that her audience is full of predatory people who are paying her. And then her young audience and the chats are interacting with predators. If you want to hear my story about her mod, let me know. I've really been thinking about this, talking about it. Like, I don't want to be in drama. I don't want to be attacking people. I don't really want to be on that side of YouTube ever again. I never wanted to be on that side of YouTube except for people who were being very predatory. And this is a predatory situation. You know what I mean? So I've been thinking about it. If you want to hear that story, let me know, because it was for me and a group of people I know putting pressure on that guy that forced them to go public about it when they wouldn't. Or it was part, I don't know all the inner workings obviously, but that was part of it. Just so frustrating, because well, if I'm going to do this, then Joy needs to shout me out. You guys have no idea how shady the majority of the YouTubers you watch are. Most of them are horribly intended, only want money and attention. That's it. And they will do it at any cost. They will hurt other people. They will lie about other people. And if you're actually a decent person or you're trying to be a decent person, well, if you're not a piece of crap like them, they need to expose you. I could go on and on about this all day. But the big conspiracy theory is this. Her audience is incentivizing her. These predatory people are incentivizing her to be where she's at and be worse. So in a clip like I have here, you can see that people will tell her, do the splits or put herself in a box. They will have her do very weird physical things. And then they will just shower her with donations. And the conspiracy has been the makeup bin. And the reason I'm talking about this is because Eugenia finally addresses it. Finally addresses the makeup bin situation. I didn't want to talk about this too much because I just felt like there wasn't enough there. But then when I heard Eugenia address it, I thought I think it's fair, since I'm talking about this and kind of covering this, to do a video on this and share what people are saying versus what Eugenia has been saying.
That. Anyways, this is my outfit today, guys. Of course, I'm wearing more fishnets. Oh, by the way, sorry. I should probably actually move this a little bit out of the way because that's kind of sticking out. Wow, it sounds like an awkward place to put it. I don't know where to put it right now. You know, just for now until I find like a better place, because I already have like my ring light somewhere else. I'm gonna put it right here so it's not awkwardly in the way.
Hi, Eugenia.
Thanks for the gist, Benedict. Hey. What? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Oh guys, I gotta move this. Sorry, it's like awkwardly in the way. But thank you so much. Oh my gosh, that's insane. I was not expecting that. That's like the second one. Thank you so much, Jessica.
I'm so happy
Because I really don't mean to do anything like wrong in my videos or anything like that, but I know like the internet can be kind of an angry place sometimes, you know? But, oh guys, oh my gosh, I forgot to move like my makeup bin. Should probably move this while I'm at it. Okay. Oh my gosh, what? Eugenia, stream as long as you feel comfortable with. Thank you, Guava. I appreciate it. Do I have any friends? Yeah, Pip, yup, I do. You know, like I have the most friends like ever, but I have some people that I think are really good friends. Guys, guess what? I actually have shoes on today. Oh, and I have my makeup thing. I should probably move this. Sorry. Thanks for the bits.
I wasn't being legitimate, stream as long as you were.
Oh, it's okay, Deborah. I knew you were kidding. No worries, but thank you for the bits. Anyways, the top is so cute. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I'll show you guys like the full thing. Oh yeah, sorry. I keep reading the same things. Anyways, so this is the outfit, guys. So, oh my gosh, I forgot to move my like makeup bag again. Give me a second. I'm sorry. I have like this big makeup thing. Thank you for the bits.
Hey, how are ya? The dark makeup is sick, nailed it.
Oh, thank you. Who was that? Was that Devon? Devon, thank you for the 100 bits. I really appreciate it. I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing? And thank you. I'm really glad you like my makeup today. And you know we don't need to rush anything. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, guys, one day me and Chase, we're gonna get our own place together. Guys, I forgot to move my makeup box again. And then one day, but we just have to like find the right place. We want to find like a magical like castle or something. But it will happen. There you go. Yeah, sorry about that. And I forgot to move my makeup bag thing. Sorry, guys. Let me move this real quick. Okay. Okay. Hopefully you guys don't notice any like lipstick problems now. But yeah, that's my outfit today. So it's like this sparkly pink dress, basically.
Any comments of concern are swiftly deleted by the moderators, and the commenter is either timed out or...
Now, I want you to know the clip I'm going to show you. Apparently, there was a site called Eugenia News that had this on there, but they have since been taken down. I guess Eugenia actually removed the site because they were saying it's a hate site, and she said she never likes to do that. I know Eugenia typically isn't one to remove videos. I've never been to Eugenia News. I can't say what it is. I feel for the situation with everybody because I would hope that Eugenia News, if they were a good place, again, I don't know, I didn't see it, was just there trying to inform the public about what was going on. But, you know, Eugenia right now is getting, let's be honest, there's a lot of harassment around her when she is not doing well. No matter what it is, no matter if it's an eating disorder or if it's more than that, we can tell physically that she's not doing well, which is concerning. But the clips I got from a video called Onyx Pink. They were able to get these. So I wanted to shout out where I got these clips from so you can see them yourself. This is gonna go a little bit of a timeline of what Eugenia does. So apparently, Eugenia has this weird makeup box that she constantly has set out, and throughout her streams, oh look, my makeup box, and she picks it up and moves it. And what people are saying is, the conspiracy is that Eugenia knows that her audience wants her to do weird physical things, and that every time she does this, she ends up getting showered with donations. So for her to show off her body in weird ways, which I guess one of the fetishes, or kink situations would be a situation like that, that would incentivize them to give money. Where Eugenia will say repeatedly, I can't control what people do. I don't know the sick things people do. Some people are saying, well, she knows how to make money and she has a full-blown eating disorder. She probably is kind of in these communities on the down low and she knows. So let me show you some of this and then I want to tell you how Eugenia responded. So let's take a look.
Lip gloss I used today? Oh, thank you for the bits, Eugenia.
What is the whole thing about the makeup bin and
So there's
confused
just
room?
some people that literally think that, like, there's a big conspiracy with my makeup bin. Like, they think that, like, they're like, yeah. Okay, well, for a while, I would move it, like, every day to do my makeup. Because I do my makeup here. A lot of people think this is a bed, but it's actually a couch. So this is where I do my makeup. So I would move it to, like, do my makeup and stuff. And that was kind of before I had this setup where, like, now I keep a lot of my makeup just, like, on this tray. So people would be like, she's purposely doing that. She did it, because a lot of the time I would, like, forget to move it back in the corner. So people would be like, she purposely is doing that so she can, like, show herself moving the bin or whatever. And I'm just like, guys, no, it's, like, convenient to move a makeup bin to do makeup. So it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of weird, like, people think that. But yeah, this is the lip gloss I'm using. It's called Heaven's Gate, so that's the one that I used today. I used this last time too. Why would I get bits every time I moved it? Because sometimes people are just really nice with bits. I'm not in control of that, you know? I mean, of course, whenever anybody gives me bits, I'm super grateful for that. But if people are finding some connection between the two, that's something that I didn't even really, like, notice. And if people give me bits at any time, whether I'm moving a bin in that moment or not moving a bin, then I think it's really nice and I appreciate it. But I mean, I don't think there's even, like, a correlation, like, I don't know. But it's kind of weird too, people get mad at, like, me or whatever, because I'm kind of like, guys, like, I don't really control if people give me bits or don't give me bits. Of course, if other people do, then I really appreciate it. But I mean, yeah, no, it's weird to me people even, like, think that, because literally the reason I would move the bin back is because, like I said, I do my makeup here. So it makes sense for me to bring my makeup here to do it. Sometimes I forget to move it back. So that's why I move it back. So it's just kind of like, sometimes I think people are looking, like, way too deep into this stuff. But anyways, yeah, so that's my lip gloss, guys. Oh, thank you for the bits,
People
Vivian.
come up with these crazy theories out of their asses. I swear it definitely
It's
was
crazy.
a coincidence. Smiley face.
I honestly don't understand it sometimes. Like, I just really don't get it.
I want you guys to know I got from Love Eugenia Cooney. This was a new channel, and I think this might have formerly been Eugenia Cooney News. I'm not 100% on that. Sound off in the comments if you know, but that's kind of what I think they just tried to rebrand. Not 100% sure, but and they do clips all the time about all different types of things Eugenia talks about. So is some interesting information. So as you just heard, Eugenia's point of view and Eugenia's take on this situation is, it's my makeup bin. This is where I do my makeup, and then I go film. Now, being as somebody who's been on YouTube and been on the end of so many insane, actually most of the things you hear about me, not all, but most are going to be really crazy conspiracy theories. I get where she's coming from. I get that people will find something in anything and they will exploit it. They will blow it up, no matter if it's real, no matter what the situation. And I get that. It's hard because I feel like our generation, we inherently knew we can't trust the media, and we grew up kind of having that you can't trust anything vibe to everything. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing because of the world that we live in. I get why people feel that way. I feel that way all the time, especially like politics. I don't trust any of these people. If you guys have been on my stimulus channel, you'll hear me. I complain so much about everybody. I can't stand Mitch McConnell or Nancy Pelosi or any of them because they're all at fault and they all do awful things. So I understand why people would want to go there. The problem is that Eugenia keeps getting incentivized. Like every time she would put that bin up, she starts getting donations. But I can also see her point of view. Like if she is really in the throes of the eating disorder, she's not mentally thinking clearly. And like I know with my eating disorder, or when I've been in illness, many times I've been in both, I was so exhausted from it that there were many things I just wouldn't think about, and I would just, like, my brain would cut out things it didn't need to do at that moment, including maybe like cleaning something up or putting something away. So I can understand, but it's just weird because every time it's like, oh, my makeup's been here. And then she'll say things like, what do I do with it? Now her explanation makes sense though. It's like, well, this is where I do my makeup and then I put this right back. I don't know though. That's another weird thing. She says she does her makeup right there, and maybe she does, but did anybody see like a vanity or a mirror next to her there? Where's the mirror? Like, how is she doing her makeup there? Because she says people think this is a bed, this is just a couch. And if you look at where it's at, there's nothing in front of it. So it doesn't seem like it would be the place to do your makeup simply because there's no mirror, there's no lighting. Now maybe she got her, ring lights or whatever and put them in front, but like, is she moving a vanity back and forth or a big mirror back and forth? And look, maybe she is, but you would think with the big, beautiful house they live in, with the amazing bathrooms she has, she would have something more set up for makeup. So maybe that's the case, but it's also hard for me to buy that because I don't do makeup, but I know people that do. Most every other woman does. I just don't. No disrespect to other women. I don't know what I'm doing with this face. Everything is Oompa Loompa orange on it. I don't have the cognitive fingering ability. That sounds wrong. I mean, I don't have the dexterity in my fingers, I guess, to like draw a straight line of eyeliner, and everything looks horrible on me. But everybody that I know, it's in the bathroom. There's a big mirror, there's decent lighting. Sometimes they have their own, their own vanity with its own lighting set up so they can see things in detail. Why would she be doing her makeup there? And, again, I just want to say if she's either ill or it's the eating disorder, I know from what I've been through, you can easily forget these things, but why are people incentivizing her? And she's like, well, if people give me money, I always appreciate it, but I'm not doing this to get money. But I will tell you, as somebody who streams and somebody on YouTube, we tend to learn our audiences. We learn the algorithms. We know what works. And as a result, you have to play off and play around that to some degree. So the fact that people ask her to do weird things like do the splits, put yourself in a box, make yourself into a ball, stand up and blah, blah, blah. The fact that so many of her audience does that, knowing that in these fetish communities, Eugenia Cooney can be a really big fixture in these eating disorder fetish communities. So I have a hard time thinking she's completely ignorant and completely naive, especially knowing that one of her moderators was outed as somebody who was not physically nice to children. Please infer. So I think she has to have some form of awareness. However, I just think she's going to do what she wants to do with it, and she's just going to make money as she wants to make money. I feel for her because it's like I don't think this is a situation we're dealing with some horrible, mean bully. We're dealing with a girl who's going through some stuff and nobody around her, and nobody is helping her. Everyone, including the people that she's close to on the internet, including, I don't know if it's a moderator now or not, but one of them before, they're enabling her. They're absolutely enabling her. And then if you try to say something or call them out, well, it used to be this way, you get attacked. So, you know, I'm going to say what I always say. I wish her the best. I really like her. She's always been so nice to me. I'm a huge supporter of hers. But at some point, we all have to grow up. And probably in my early to mid 30s is when I started to have the realizations about my life, I knew about my family, but more and more, like, I still have realizations all the time. I sit there and I think, why on earth would my mother and my father have exposed their children to this? How could they ever justify that, right? These are things that I think about and that I go over now that I'm older and now that I'm somebody where, you know, not that it's going to happen, but I could be a parent and I now think about what I would expose my child to. And at some point you have to, and everybody's different in this, but you have to wake up to that realization. I know Eugenia is still young. I don't think she's in her 30s yet. I'm just hoping she has that realization. If she hasn't already, if she isn't aware, she has the realizations that you are surrounded by people who are predators, people who are enabling you to be in bad health, and people who are profiting off of you. And I think many of the people that are enabling her to be in bad health, some are for profit and some it's for attention. It's amazing how far men will go to be destructive in your life because they are waiting for the day that you will sleep with them. It is crazy. And it's weird because I feel like in our society, men feel very entitled to be that way. They feel very much entitled. Movies and the media and culture has said, if you like a girl and she puts you in the friend zone, just try to do things to manipulate her to get you to like her and just wait. Maybe one day she will and you can get in the sack with her. I hope she wakes up to the predators around her before it's too late. That's what I hope. And I hope that the people around her start stepping up and really trying to help her in more big positive ways. So now I want to know what you guys think. What do you think about this makeup bin thing? Do you think this is just a silly conspiracy theory? Or do you think there's more to it? Do you think that it's kind of showing that there is this progression that every time she does certain things like this, she gets incentivized? I'm on the fence simply because I don't know. Like, it's not my place to really sit and judge. I just want to show you guys where some things don't make sense. And what Eugenia says on some level makes perfect sense. But then there are some things where it's like, well, I can't help how people tip me. If they want to tip me, I'm grateful, but I can't help what's going on. Well, Eugenia, on some level that you can, because with what you are doing to your body and how you are allowing your audience to incentivize you for this, you are allowing predators into your midst, especially when you and your team try to keep it under wraps. And I get on the one hand, the stress and the pressure of being a YouTuber and not wanting any drama. And maybe that's why they didn't want to come out and say anything directly about this moderator situation until in 2018. I was one of the people that helped put pressure on that. But at the same time, I get why she wouldn't want to do that. You've got to care more about your own health and well-being and your audience than you do making money and making the predators around you happy. But that's the whole thing about being a predator, right? They take what they want, they get what they want, and they could care less what destruction they do to you. And for people like Eugenia, in my opinion, who has more of a people-pleasing side, which I know, I've been through that, many of you have been through that, you don't always see it until it's too late. And I'm praying she gets the help she needs. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, or is there more stuff you guys have seen where she's being incentivized? Do you have more information? Let me know. Like I said, my heart goes out to her. This is not a hate video. Love this girl to pieces, and I just want her to be better and get around good people. And I hope she wakes up to be able to do that. Okay, guys, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up to help me out. Like this video, and if you are new, subscribe and hit notifications so you know when I'm uploading stuff. Leave a comment, tell me what you think, and share this content with people you think might jive with it. Otherwise, I'm gonna go get more hopefully good content ready, stuff that I think you guys are really going to like. So sit tight and stay tuned for that. Okay, guys, this has been Joy. What is wrong with me? I forgot my YouTube name. Thank you so much for coming to my channel and just hanging out. I'm just so grateful to all of you every single day, every single time I sign off one of these videos. So I'm saying, guys, I wish you all the health and safety in the world. Take care, lots of love, lots of blessings. And until I see you next, I'm giving you guys lots of hugs, mwah, and kisses. Bye, guys.